Hi there, sign of Cancer. This is Kim here with your next 3-day messages. Just some quick messages for today. Hope you're doing good. Opening up to your spirit team and your angels for these messages. They are always for your most high. Let's see. First card coming out, which this is the Soul Contracts deck. Divine Contract and Seed of Light. Okay, so Seed of Light is you are a planter of light, leaving an eternal mark with every action. Spiritual legacy, inner radiance, and new beginnings. Divine Contract. Your life story is woven from a divine contract. Each step you take fulfills a higher purpose. Sacred agreement, life choices, and spiritual growth. So that's interesting. Anything else? Cosmic Rhythm. It has like the DNA strands on it. It's a cool card. Cosmic Rhythm. Feel the cosmic rhythm. It resonates harmoniously with the flow of your life. Universal pulsation, life rhythm, and synchronicity. And then I have the shards of memory, and I think it goes with it because this is looking like a divine contract, one that might be coming in where you kind of have a memory of it being made. And a seed is something that's just beginning, you know, so in this lifetime, right? Shards of memory. Wisdom is hidden within the fragments. Reclaim them to unlock greater understanding. Past life memory, soul reflection, subconscious awakening. See? So maybe even your subconscious is trying to speak to you, perhaps in your dreams with symbols, weird stories sometimes. Sometimes you really have to do some like thinking to figure out what they're meaning. Let's get this deck. I want to know about the divine contract that you're talking about, Spirit. The message for Cancer about a divine contract. Listen to it rain. The moon. The moon. It's like a contract you made with the moon. Divine feminine energy. The moon. Interesting. So the moon is about like timing and phases, you know. That's how I think of the moon. Like, and it's reflective, right? So that's part of the message, is reflecting. There's something here your soul is reflecting on that has to do with this shards of memory and divine contract. Your only job is to open up and receive this information. So with an open heart, receive this information. Isn't that thunder? Nice. Shadow. I have the shadow and I have receptive coming out, right? So the moon, in the tarot deck and any deck, the moon can represent our fears or something that we are placing on a certain side, right? Where there's always like one side that's hidden, or one side that we refuse to look at, one side we deny or we refuse to see. And so this is called our shadow. And there may be some fears about being open or receptive to a new divine contract. So maybe the shadow energy or the fears are getting in the way, or an actual, like, some kind of shadowy thing is getting in the way of you receiving something here. I have salvation on the bottom. I mean, that makes it a little bit like receptive to salvation, where everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be a-okay. Conservation, which I like that underneath this cosmic rhythm, universal pulsation, conservation. I was saying, I was watching a YouTube video on the burning of the Amazon and the need to really save our precious rainforest from overly using it, you know. So some must be conserved, conserving what is valuable, sacred, or what is part of life's rhythm. So life has that rhythm naturally that it has, and so when we mess with it too much, then things get out of whack. Laid on top of the shadow. The shadow is something that you're closed off to. Eyes closed. Don't want to see. This really feels like shadow work. It feels like inner child shadow work. Closed. Subconscious is awakening, though. Something that you might not be conscious of, which is the shadow, a shadow aspect. You may not be conscious of, but the subconscious is, and is trying to send you messages and signs. Okay, tell me about how this reading can best help Cancers to be open and receptive to receiving downloads about remembering a contract, conserving things that they find sacred, from material to relationships. Solar corona. Okay. And the eclipse. It's funny because the solar corona is what you see when the light finally starts to show, like, from an eclipse. So the eclipse card being out here is asking you to see what is the shadow, what is dimming your light, and in what way. Is it a who? Is it a what? It's something that dims our light so that we cannot shine our fullest, our brightest. But it also can represent a period of our life where it is, though it is temporary, it's still somewhat of a struggle because it's a dark place. It's something we have to kind of get through. You know, it's not an easy time that we have to get through in life. But there is a light revelation, right? Whenever these two basically oppositions, when they start moving away from each other, again, the light will show. And that's called the solar corona, which is a light that is so bright when it comes, and the way that it kind of has this flash to it. It's thanks to the eclipse, so it wouldn't look as grand or as beautiful as it does. It's like, thanks be to the light, you know. Also, thanks be to the experience that I went through that makes me in a position of being so grateful for what I'm receiving. They're showing me somebody that's like not eaten and has been hiking and like to get to where they need to go, and then they get rewarded with like this big meal. It's like, it's the eclipse is the time that you spent maybe suffering, maybe actual suffering, in a dark place. Can even be a health issue or concern, something that we felt like brought us down, or was blocking our light in some way. I do have optical doubles on the bottom, which is when two stars appear to be close together, but they in actuality are not. So usually I think of who am I around that, for the way that it looks on the outside, like not superficial, but saying that like getting into something thinking it looks like good alignment, but there was something deceiving. So there's illusionary harmony with that card. Illusionary harmony. But what really happened was, I'm seeing like the sun and the moon and the eclipse. Like what really happened was two opposites kind of came really close together, and it was not for the benefit. It was did not result in harmony. But now you have the aurora polaris, the cosmic ether. Nice. And then you have the binary star. So I'm glad we already talked about the other one because this one is two stars that they're not optical doubles. They're the binary star are two stars that share a similar path, or have come from a similar, even you could say starseed origin perhaps, or soul family. This is harmony. So those two get together, and then everything in perfect harmony with this resonance of the 528 hertz, which is the love frequency, or 5D unity consciousness, the flower of life. The cosmic dance in the sky is what you're going to see. So you're going to see the beauty that is actually manifested through whatever this is to be. And I'm seeing an open eye here with the cosmic ether, which is about kind of like using your spiritual eyes to witness what you know already to be true. Okay, so not having to see with physical eyes, because your spiritual eyes are open and they know that something is already being created, and in this special place we call the ethers, right, in this spiritual area. So even though I see a physical eye closed here, I do see a spiritual eye open. And maybe this is even being receptive to letting spirit assist you with seeing what we have been trying not to see, or what is considered part of our shadow. So that type of mystery, yeah, I mean, maybe that's what's going to happen here. So be prepared to kind of get more information for yourself. Let's look at your oracle genetic gifts. See, so this love frequency 528 hertz talks about bringing in the well, it's a remembering, like memory to your 12-strand DNA, your divine DNA original blueprint. And so that, and known to activate that is that love frequency. Ascension number 2, water, a flood of mental emotion. It says tarot deck creator, a visionary. So yeah, the flood of mental emotion. You could be very empathic and picking up on a lot of stuff at this time. I think that card, the visionary, is what's standing out for me. And then it says life path number 3, the communicator, ruling planet Jupiter, which this means whether, like, irregardless of what your life path is, that you will be there will be like a emphasis on communication and reaching out to others, networking with luck, abundance, and expansion. And then you have empath, which I was I was picking up on that being why this is the ascension. So the ascension or spiritual growth, evolution at this time is heightening your empathic abilities. That is the extremely sensitive person, someone who feels another's emotions. And so you may be thinking a lot over and over about, it may be very mental about all of the things that you're feeling or different things you're feeling at this time. Or knowing, you have claircognizance on the bottom, a clear knowing. Yeah. So give yourself grace and be gentle. That's what I've got for you. If you need a private reading, the information's in the description box below. They are video readings like this. And sending you love and light. Bye.